We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. In Week 13.
Ready! Get ready!
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go! Ancient Gator, Ancient Gator!
All day, baby, all day, all day, baby, all day.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Not today, you aren't. Not today. Go!
Hey, watch Sam, check.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And able to find Kirk complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
At the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
It's our time. It's our time.
Gets this to Isabella on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ready? 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
I'm coming.
Now on 2nd and 13, Murray, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Used to have a coach who tells us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, you know, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Come on. 2-6. Go. Over. Roy.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check. 58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike. Okay, double up.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Hey,
Stop your whining. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike.
Murray with a 3rd and long. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Golf will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 16.
back.
Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. He's got a first down past the 30. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. 30. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, 84 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Throwing it on 3rd and long. Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Rams will go on offense here with the 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but how about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established his run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike,
From the 40 now on second down. Goff, throw left side, complete to Cup. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Here we go. Black 20.
58's the Mike.
I know he ain't got it.
This is Darrell Henderson, the rookie third-rounder. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
First down, Los Angeles.
Here we go, tonight. 180. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Hey, 4 down.
Goff now looks to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown,
Give me the ball
LA.
every time, fellas. I'm going to school.
Gerald Everett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25
Come
plays.
on, baby. Let's go.
Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
you've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Pick it up.
Smoke, smoke. Hey, 58 is the mic. Going 58's the mic. Got you.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
That's good for a Cardinals first down.
Ready. 60 out low. All right, D, let's start. All right, D. Let it go.
Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray, eluding the pressure right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Good night, baby.
Out of bounds at the
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it second and 7.
Right, you don't want none of that. Give me that. Pick up the ball. No.
58's the Mike. 58's
Looking to throw again on second down. Murray.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
Looking for his tight end Clay, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker Corey Littleton. And the return shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. His tight end Clay, the intended receiver. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now.
Ric
But
Flair.
this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Next time, son.
They tried to quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They're going to pick up there at 22.
58, right there.
Bandit. Bandit.
On first down, it's gone. That is caught at the 7. And he's going to take this one in
Hey,
for
there
a
he
Rams
is.
touchdown.
Baby. Keep it rolling.
Robert Woods, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And some dangerous territory. Already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Here's second and 7 now from the 28.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Left side here, caught by Clay. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
You're going nowhere.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Murray now to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
I got you, son.
Check.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun. Gone. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at intermission, Charles, you want to win it your Saturday? I certainly do. I've got just a thing for you.
Say what?
Coach Jonathan Coachman standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Watch, twist. 58's the most. 58's
To the air again. Gone.
Watch the screen.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that you run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And this play a lot like the previous one, thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide that they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, well, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. First down, Murray. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage.
That
kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
He gets it left side to Johnson. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The Cardinals on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Come on, fellas.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
All day, baby, all day.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They built a good first half lead, now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Cut! White 20!
58's the mic. Here we go, here we go.
Value 3, value 3. 58 is a mic. Go 58.
Set the tone,
3rd and
defense.
2.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They got a man. It's Woods. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Goff to Woods as the Rams move the chains.
White 20. 58's the mic. Hey, we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Converge.
On first down, it's Gurley. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down to the 29-yard line.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Here's Gurley. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him. That full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time.
Here we go.
No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
2nd down and goal. Goff. This will be caught at about the 5. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Goff now to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Zerline's kick is up and through. Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver.
Big boy can run.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the curls.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley.
Run.
That good for 22 and a 1st down. What we saw there, that's what we know that he can do. He can break tackles and turn them into big runs, and that's what he did.
And what is the buzz phrase nowadays in football for a guy like that? Contact balance. The ability to go through trash, come out the other side, avoid and run through contact, and keep your balance.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Tackle made there by Robert Alford. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he's going to come up well shy of the 1st here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Don't be mad.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And Zerline's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Get ready.
Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today,
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
the amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Watch the screen.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Let's go.
Oh, that's a familiar connection right there. Christian Kirk was in the same class as Kyler Murray at Texas A&M. They played together as freshmen before Murray transferred. Kirk, though, he stayed in College Station, had a great 3-year career before being drafted 47th overall in 2018. Was having a solid rookie campaign last year, but then broke his foot in Week 13 and was shut down the rest of the way.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Right there.
Throwing on first down is Murray.
Big series right here.
Going
You gotta
up
step it
top.
up.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Watch the out, watch the out.
They fake the handoff, now Murray. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
All right.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Able to find Isabella. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 44-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Murray now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Murray now on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Here's the mic. I'm coming for you. You mine.
Here's Murray. Man open right side, it's the tight end Clay. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, It's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
Big hit all day.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. To throw, it's Murray. And this is going to be incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
Cut. 180.
58's the mic.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
Cut. Black 20. I'm coming.
They'll run here with John Kelly. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Goff now looks to throw. He's going to fire one deep middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
You see me out here? That's
now
right.
They get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, 'cause this ball game is over. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete.
Here we go.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Let's go on the double.
Watch that in. Tight end's right.
4 down. Shut up.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Rush
To
in.
try
Rush
again
in.
after the sack.
Rush in.
Murray. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point safely through. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Keep playing hard.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper
That's it,
page
baby.
on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. The Rams on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
58's the mic.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Here's Goff. Airing it out deep for Woods. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Looking for Woods that time. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Tight end's right. Ready, go.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Open man is Kirk, complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I'm trying to collect.
Hey, watch the edge, watch the edge. Shift.
Murray now on first down. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it. They still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
This is Kelly. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Your trip is here.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
The Rams on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game.
Let's go, defense.
This
Get
is
out the
3rd
field,
and
defense.
9. Here's Gurley now, out of the gun.
Run, they're running.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On first down. Anderson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for L.A., the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Day.